everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you can see by the title today, I'm going to be playing with the new Be Perfect times Mmmmitchell Sub-Zero highlighting palette. I just hear the postman in the hallway. So this went up for pre-sale on the 6th on Be Perfect website. I bought it then. It was shipped out on the 8th. And it did say it would be shipped out on the 8th, and it arrived on the 9th, which was, yesterday. It is the 10th. And I'm just wanting to play with it. I've done all of my makeup except I don't have my highlight or blush on, because we're going to play with the highlighters in this palette, obviously, and I do my blush after my highlight. So this is what she looks like. It's this gorgeous, it's not holographic, I don't know what the word is for this, where it's like duochrome, blue, purple. It's pretty substantial in size. This is it compared to the Naked Cherry palette, only because that's what I'm wearing on my eyes. It's just says Sub-Zero on the back. It's got like the names, the descriptions, all of that good stuff, the ingredients as well. So there is, how many? 7 shades in here. There is Signature Blue Glow in Blankets, Warm Peach, Made It, Ice White Gold, Babyliss Champagne Shine, Lifestyle, Golden Bronze, Body, True Chocolate Bronze, and OTT Golden Highlight Topper. So there is a few shades in here. It also has a giant mirror, which I like. And then this is what the inside looks like. She's pretty, she's pretty. This gap where they've obviously put like his logo and that, like I get why they've done that because it's his palette, but I feel like they should have just put an 8th shade in here, just to make it more visually appealing. But there we are, that is what it is. My camera doesn't like anything too bright, but there's it up a bit closer. This was £33 and it is currently up for pre-sale on Beautybay as well. So I will of course link it down below in the description box. So I did swatch this briefly on my Instagram just because when it arrived I was too excited not to swatch it. But I will swatch it, I'll do full swatches just now and then we will apply it to my face and I'll tell you what I think of the formula and things like that. And if I think it's worth your money, because £33 isn't cheap. Even though you are getting 7 pans, like there is definitely at least 2 in here I can personally use. So yeah, I'll tell you whether I think it's worth the money or not, what I think the formula is like, and we'll swatch it and put it on. Hey. Also, my wisdom tooth is still giving me a lot of grief, so that's why I'm not like, because it really hurts. And yeah, I've been up since like 6 AM and I'm working all day, so woe is me. Anyway, let's jump into some swatches. Let's do it on my finger first. So this one is and then this one is in Blankets, and then we've got Made It, and what? So there's the first one. So this is the blue shift, the peach shift, and then what is Made It supposed to be? Made It is supposed to be an ice white gold, this one here. Then we've got Babyliss, Lifestyle, and Body. That's what those 3 look like there. So we're getting into the deeper territory now. That is them. I just want to point out there is quite a lot of like loose product, and in the pan when you are dipping in your fingers they're quite fallouty and not chunky, but how would I describe it, like they just pick up a lot of product that's loose. And then this last one here is called OTT, which is supposed to be a highlight topper, which I have to admit I'm not really like, I don't know what that means really. Like, can anyone use it or is it skin tone specific? I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous and it's definitely a different formula to the other 6. It feels wet and it looks wet on the skin. So that is those. Let me show you them up close. So I have a few different kind of highlight specific brushes. I've actually got another one where see them. Oh, there. So kind of 4 highlight specific brushes. The ABH A23 is a really popular one. I actually prefer this for contouring, but I did wash it last night and I think this might be quite good to pick up the product because it's a bit more stiff and firm. I also have my Nabla highlighting brush. Everyone always asks me questions on. This was like, you know, £13 or something on Beautybay, and it's just a really nice shape. It's really soft. The famous Morphe M501, I've had this a long time though, and it's a little bit kind of frayed now, but that's a nice highlighting brush as well. It's a bit more firm. So that's a contender. And then a classic fan brush. This is the Real Techniques fan brush, which a lot of people use for highlight. I think I'm going to use my ABH one actually, just because I feel like this one will work well for this palette. Let me just decide what shade I want to use. I think I'm going to use the shade Babley on my cheekbones, which is a champagne shine with a silver shift. I'm going to pick it up on my brush, and I'm just going to try it dry to start out with and see what happens. So quite a lot picks up on the brush. I'm just going to tap off the excess. I genuinely don't have any highlight on, I promise you, but I did use quite a shimmery bronzer, so that's why my kind of cheekbones are already looking a bit shiny. Dip in a second time. That is very pretty. That's really blinding. It's very light, but I don't know if you can see. It has left a cast on my cheek. Yeah, it's left quite a bad cast on my cheek, so I wonder if that's maybe not the shade for me, like if that's slightly too dark even. So I'm gonna try the shade Made It. Just on that same brush, I'm just gonna go over the top of that shade to try and hide that shadow underneath. Can you see that? Just full like grey streak. I mean, when it's in the light, it's absolutely stunning and it's catching the light beautifully. But straight on, I've got that like grey streak. It's almost like I'm putting an eyeshadow on my face that has an undertone to it, so it's not really supposed to be used as a highlight. I'm worried now. Okay, I'm gonna try the shade In Blankets. I'm just wiping off my brush on my towel. So I'm gonna pick up In Blankets because I think this one must work for my skin tone. This one has a warm peach reflect and Made It was an ice white gold. So let me just pick that up and I'll try that on this cheekbone. I feel like it's harder to see the highlight on this side. Okay, that's actually really pretty up close. That's definitely my favourite so far. It's a real pink. He's saying peach, I would say pink to be honest, but pink and peach are quite similar. That's a really pretty one. It's not the most blinding. It's not the most blinding like compared to the other two, but that is gorgeous. I want to try that wet. So I've got more In Blankets on my brush and I'm going to use my Wet n Wild setting spray, which I really like, by the way. And then I'm going to put it on. Oh yeah. I am much more about that life when it's wet. However, I am struggling to blend it wet. Can you see that very harsh line where I've applied it wet? And I don't usually get that issue. Well, I'm never going to be on a Mmmmitchell or Be Perfect PR list, am I? So far. Just using it dry above my brow bone. I do like that sheen, and I've not got like a grey cast like I do here. You can see it's quite bright, even straight on. So that's definitely my favourite shade thus far. I'm also going to use that shade Wet in my inner corner because I think it will go really nice with my eyes. Yeah, that's gorgeous. That's an inner corner highlight. That's so nice. I'll put that underneath the brow bone as well. So I'm going to pick up this teensy tiny little Morphe brush. Again, I am going to use it wet. I'm just going to use my Morphe M321 and just do my nose highlight. I like quite a lot of nose highlight. 'Tis me. I like the little dot at the tip. And then I'll pick up my ABH brush again and pop that on my chin. Where I like a little but not too much. And then same shade, just a pinch here. And I just need to grab it quickly and put it over these golds to try and make both of sides of my face kind of look the same, because I do have work to go to. I think when I look straight on, I'm looking really highlighted where I've put that highlight, and I don't necessarily mean in like a glowy way, I mean in just like a, it just looks like I've got white powder on those areas. That's why I always do my blush after my highlight, because I feel like when you put your blush on, it kind of melts everything together and looks better. But I just want to quickly talk about the shade OTT, which is the topper, which is absolutely stunning. It swatches kind of weird. Let me grab some on my finger, and then if I rub it on my hand and then like rub it out, like it's almost like a cream that kind of sticks in some areas and not in others, like here. Like it's a weird formula. It's not a bad formula, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying I'm not sure how I would work with that formula, because it is more like a cream product. But I'm going to grab my Morphe M501 and dip into topper, sorry, OTT. Just put that on my cheek. It's picked up some product. I'm just going to pop that on like the top of my cheekbones. And I'm pressing very lightly. It's definitely added a gold shine where I've put it, but I feel like I now have that grey cast again. So I pop a tiny bit on my nose. We're here to try it out, even though I'm gonna go to work looking ridiculous. I feel like you need a deeper skin tone than me to use this shade topper. It's very beautiful, but there is a cast with it. But I mean, I feel highlighted, I feel, you know, pretty good. Let's put some Beautybay on my shoulders. And we'll put some, let's try the shade Mmmmitchell. I'll take that on my Nabla brush, just so we can say we've used them all. I'll put that on my collarbones. You can probably see that really blue shift. I don't know if it's really picking up on camera. It's kind of got that formula that the ABH Dream Glow Kit has. So when you dip your brush in, it is quite chunky and a lot kind of comes off and falls off your brush. Like I just felt that landing on my knee. But it does have a gorgeous shine, and it's not got any glitter in it, I would say that. I'm not seeing any glitter at all. I'm just going to go over the blue a pinch with Beautybay, because I might have my collarbones out at work and I don't really want an intense blue highlight. So I mean, my body is looking really nicely highlighted now, isn't it? Like, I do really like that shine, but I'm just not sure about it on my face. Let me put my blush on quickly, and then I'll kind of see what I'm thinking. Now, I always feel like blush after highlight makes everything just more seamless, because it kind of hides the edges of any highlighter and just makes everything look a bit better. And I think the world is coming around to a lot of blush right now, which is why I'm putting a lot on. So here is my finished face now with all my highlight on my brow bone, inner corner, cheeks, nose, forehead, body. Hold on, let me stick out my collarbone so I look skinny and defined. So I want to talk about my thoughts on on this palette. £33, and so far I only really love In Blankets, but that was kind of going to be quite obvious, I feel, because I love pink highlights like Oh for Pillow Talk, Laura Geller Diamond Dust, ABH Pink Heart, ABH Unicorn. Like, I love pink highlights. I think they're really flattering on my skin tone, and most of them that I've tried work for me. I do feel like this one's giving me a cast. It looks quite chunky on my skin. Like, what is this? Just here, can you see this? Like, it's just where I used it wet. It's not like seamlessly blending into my skin. And I feel like where I've used it wet, you can just see that line on my face. And I also feel like my little like tip of the nose highlight, you can just see that like as a kind of cast on the end of my nose in certain lights. So while I think straight on in the light, like when you hit your highlights from the side, like straight on, or the like center of the face straight on, it looks really, really beautiful. I do feel like most of these shades have left a cast on my skin, and that's quite frustrating, I guess. I was gonna say infuriating. I'm not infuriated. I love it on my inner corner and under my brow bone. I think it's really beautiful there. I think I probably need to play with it a bit more, but certainly when you wet the formula, it does just go a bit chunky and a bit hard to blend, and usually when you wet a highlighter, it just makes it infinitely better, just like when you wet a metallic eyeshadow. So that's frustrating me. I mean, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna feel fine. Like, I'm not gonna feel like anyone's gonna look at my highlight weird or anything, because I do think, you know, it's achieved what it set out to do. It has highlighted my face, but in terms of the formula, it is not at all my favorite formula of highlight. Like, I've got many more that I prefer, like everything from Makeup Revolution to my ABH and Ofra's. Like, I much prefer that formula, just on first impressions of playing with this one. Again, there is definitely 3 shades in this palette I cannot use. Like, I cannot use these 2 as highlights, obviously, and this one is too deep for my skin. Like, even though you're supposed to use it as a topper, like, that is just way too deep for my personal skin tone, which is fine. I know he wanted this palette to be able to be like everyone could buy it, but if you're the kind of person that doesn't want to buy a whole palette and only be able to use a couple of shades, then this is definitely not for you, especially at £33 plus shipping. I can definitely use these 4, but even then, this one left a cast on my cheek. This one is excessively blue, which is lovely. I love a blue highlight, especially my inner corner, when I'm doing like a really dramatic makeup look, but during the day, I'm not going to put a blinding blue highlight on my cheek because it's just, it doesn't look right, although it's very pretty. So for me, this isn't a fail. Like, I'm not hugely upset. I mean, I'm a little bit upset. Like, I kind of wish it was singles, and if it had been singles, I can promise you I would have just bought In Blankets. But I mean, I'm glad I have it in my collection. I'm glad I have it to kind of review and talk to you about, but personally, do I think it's worth £33? No, I don't, honestly. And I know people that probably really love Mitchell will be mad at me for that, but I really love Mitchell. Like, I love his work and I think he's a really nice guy, but I'm not going to say I like it just for the sake of saying I like it. It is nice, but I've tried much better highlight formulas out there, and to be honest, Be Perfect isn't well known for their makeup. They're getting really well known, especially the Stacey Marie Carnival palette. But I've never seen a highlight from them, and yeah, I'm just not like blown away by any means at all by this, which is a shame. I was really hoping that I'd put it on and it would be like the god of all highlights on my face. But personally for me, while I think I look good, like I look highlighted, and you know, I think my makeup looks good as a whole, I'm not like, yeah, I'm not singing its praises, and I wouldn't say to you rush out and buy it, to be honest. I wouldn't. So that is my thoughts on the Mmmmitchell times Be Perfect Sub-Zero palette. I was going to call it the Carnival palette, Sub-Zero. I'm kind of neither here nor there. I'll definitely reach for this palette again, and I'll probably use it in my next video to try and get another kind of feel for it. But so far I'm not like, woo, I'm so glad I have this and spent the last of my money on it when I could have got the Jeffree Star Alien palette, which would have made a better video. But anyway, here we are. I'm going to pop it in my collection. It's going to look pretty, and yeah, that is my feelings, that's my thoughts. Please tell me what you think down below. Have you tried it? Are you like, have I used it wrong? Should I do another technique? What should I do? Or are you not going to get it? What are your thoughts? Let me know down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, or a thumbs down if you didn't. It all counts towards growth on YouTube. And yeah, I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Sassy. That's me. I really love this setting spray.